Hello friends, hi, how are you? I am Hitesh Agarwal from PHP Academy. Welcome to our channel PHP Academy. We are going to teach Magento in our channel. If you are a learner, you can join us and learn Magento and you can become a Magento developer. Before proceed further, I will request you to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon also so you can keep yourself updated with our latest videos. So in today's video, I am trying to explain you about the products management. Okay, so please watch this video till end because I am covering each and every parts of the products. Might be you are already managing the products in the admin, but it can be happen that some points you don't know, and in this video you can aware about that features which Magento is providing, and you can utilize it. So please watch this video till end. Don't stop in between. So, but please stay with us and bear with us because this video might be long. Okay, because I am covering each and every parts of the products management, so you can aware about it. So here you can see the catalog. In catalog, you can see here products. So here you can see the products management. From here you can manage the products. You can see here many products is already there in the system. These are all sample products. Okay. So here you can see add product button, and if you will click here in arrow button, so you can see the simple. There are multiple types of products: simple products, configurable products, group products, virtual product, bundle product, and downloadable product. Let me explain you the type of product, why it is different types of products, how you can use it. So let come one by one, and I will explain you. So simple products. So simple products means it is a simple physical product which you want to sell. It doesn't have any options. So if you are selling any simple products, for example, if you are selling table, or if you are selling chair, okay, so you can create as a simple product because like for example, you don't have a variants of tables, you don't have variants of uh, chair, okay, so you can select as a simple product, and you can select in the you can create in the simple product. Configurable product. Configurable product, suppose you have multiple types of variants, like for example, if you are selling t-shirt, okay, so in t-shirt can have a like different size: L size, XL size, small size, okay. T-shirts can have a different colors: white, black, blue, okay. So if you are selling this type of product, so you can create a configurable product. You can create as a simple product as well, and add options, custom options there. But the difference is like if you are creating custom options in simple product, then you will not able to manage the inventory for each type of variant, each variants. Like suppose for example, you have a quantity, you have a quantity of small size t-shirt as 100. If you have a like quantity for large size t-shirt, 50, okay. So if you will create a simple product, so either you can assign 100 or you can assign 50, but you cannot assign different quantity, okay. But in configurable product, you will be able to manage the quantity for each variants. Like for as I said that if you have a quantity 50 for large size t-shirt, and if you have a quantity 100 for small size t-shirt, so you can manage it via configurable. Group product. Suppose if you are selling a product in which you have you want to make it as a group. Suppose for example, in t-shirt, okay, in t-shirt you want to create as a group. You can create that product as a group with different size. Suppose L size, large. So if you want to give options to customers to select purchase multiple size in one from the one single product detail page, so you can create as a group product. So like it will display the product, and there will be a table type of a structure where customers can select the different size and add the product into the cart. I will show you in example in detail, so how you can do it and how it will display to customer. Then virtual product. Suppose if you are selling any service type of product, okay, so you can service type of product, or you are selling subscription type of product, okay. So there is no physical product, okay, right? So you are just selling a service to the customers. It can be a like repairing service. It can be a like any type of service, like you if you are selling hosting, any type of product which is not physical, it will be a virtual product, okay. Bundle product. Bundle product means if you are selling a bundle of the different products, if you are selling all multiple products in one bundle to the customers, not as a separate. For example, if you are selling computer, okay, so you have to give like CPU and keyboard and mouse as a bundle to the customer, not as a separate computer. So you can create as a bundle. So if customers will buy a computer, he needs to buy laptops. Sorry, he needs to buy keyboard, mouse as well with that. So it is a separate. It is a complete bundle which customer has to buy. Okay. Downloadable product. So downloadable product, if you are selling as a downloadable product, okay, digital product, so where customers can download it, okay, from his account after purchase. So you can create as a downloadable product where you can like attach file, or you can attach any links for the download. So you can use downloadable product. Okay, so these are the types of product which I have explained, and I will show each and every product and how you can create, how it will display to customers in detail. Okay, so let's come to I'm not creating the product from here. I will display the existing product so you can understand the detail of the product easily. Okay, so let's come to the simple product first. So for creating the product, you can click here, okay. So you can click here, okay. I'm just using existing product so you can know how you can add the detail, okay. If I will create new products, then it will be a long video, so I don't want to waste your much time. So here you can see like we have options enable disable product. So it is, I hope you understand this, like enable disable. If you will disable this product, it will not display on the front end anymore, okay. And if you will enable it, then it will display on the front end. This is attribute set. Attribute set is like if you are selling different types of products, like if you are selling t-shirts, if you are selling electronics, okay. So to differentiate all this type of product, you should always use attribute sets, okay. See, category is there. You can assign, if you will say that we can assign to category as well, but category is there. The work of category is different. The work of attribute set is different here. With the attribute set, you can differentiate the attributes for each product. If you are creating attributes, how you will create attributes, I am coming there in the next thing. So, but here I want to explain you that attribute set, with the attributes, with the help of attribute set, you can do two things. One, you can differentiate the products, which is also helpful for here in the product list. You can filter the products by attribute set. If you want to like select fashions, if you want to filter by fashions, if you want to filter by electronics, so it will be easy for you here. And also you can create different attributes and assign to a particular attribute set. Suppose for example you are selling t-shirt, so it will have this type of products will have different sets of attributes, right? For example, t-shirt can have a color, t-shirt can have a size, okay? So, and if you are selling electronics, so electronics can have a different types of attributes, right? Like for example, you are selling computer. So computer can have a RAM, computer can have a hard disk, but t-shirt don't have RAM and hard disk. So if you create and assign all the attributes in one attribute set, so it will be a very long page and unnecessary things, and it will load your page very badly, okay? So and it will be very hard to manage you the products, okay? So always use attribute sets based on your requirement of the product, okay? Whatever the product type you are selling, so create the attribute sets based on that, okay? So here you can see the multiple attribute sets we have created, like bottom, default, this is default, back, bottom, downloadable, gear, spirit tops, right? So like this you can create like electronics, you can create fashion, like that, okay? Here you can see product name, okay? Then you can see SKU should be, this should be unique for all the products. SKU is like a unique identifier for the product, okay? So, by which you can identify the product, so it should be unique. Then price, then here you can manage the price, and also you can see here advanced pricing. So if you have a like special price, see this is your main price, okay? Base price, you can say MRP. This is your special price. Suppose you are running a promotions, okay? So if you like the product price is 100 and if you want to give it to 80, okay? So you for a certain period of time, so you can select the you can add the special price, okay? And you can select the special price from and to. So the special price will display to the customers during this period. Let me show you. Let me go to the product, this product. So currently see, you can see here 34, okay? I am changing it special price, okay? I want to sell it to 20, okay? I can select date here, okay? Sorry, मैं refresh करना पड़ेगा. So I am selecting a and date. So you can see I have changed the price, and now I will refresh. So you can see here it shows regular price and my special price here, okay? So if you are running any promotion, so you can set the special price. Cost, this is your cost if you want to add it, so you can just enter the cost, which is your home cost. Like if you are purchasing the product from the buyer like in $15, okay, from the customers, and you are selling for 20, so here it will be 15, so which is your cost of the product. Then here you can manage the customer group price. Means if you have a multiple customer groups, like you have a VIP customers, you have a wholesaler customers, okay? So for wholesaler you can give different price. For retail customers, for general customers you can give different price. If you will set groups, okay, So suppose you want to give different price for the wholesale customers, and you want to set the quantity like minimum this number of quantity customer has to buy, then only you want to give the price. So you can enter here like if customers will buy 5, I want to give it for 18. Okay, if customers will buy 10, I will give for 17. Okay, from here you can define that fixed or discount. Okay, so you can do that. And this is your website. If you have a multiple websites or multiple stores, you can manage it from here. It will work for website only, not for store. Okay, so you can, if you have a multiple website, so you can manage it for different website. Okay, so let me show you. So this price will show only to wholesale customers, not all customers. Okay, if you will refresh, you can see here there is no data. Okay, I have to create an account and it should be a wholesale customer group. So let me assign one customers to wholesale. So I am assigning this to wholesale. Okay, assign customers wholesale. Now I will log in. Okay, now you can see here it is showing like buy 5 for 18, buy 10 for 17. Okay, so why it displays me after login only? Why not before login? Okay, so here you can see I have assigned a customer group. So if I will assign to all groups, so it will display to all customers. If I will assign to not logged in, so it will display to not only not the customer who is not logged, who are not logged in. If I will assign to general, so it will display to the customers who are in the general of as a customer group. By default, all customers are into general group. Okay, so it will display. So suppose you don't want to display price to all customers. Okay, you want to display price only for a specific group of customers, so you can select from here. So it will display this price to that customer group only. Okay, then here you can manage tax classes. Okay, we have a multiple types of tax classes. So generally we use taxable goods. Okay, so you can select this. Okay, other tax classes we will come up with when we will talk about taxes in our next video. Okay, taxes is like and every products have taxes. Okay, it's like 5% weight or whatever it is. Okay, based on the country. From here you can manage quantity. Okay, in quantity you can select here. Let's see, this is your main quantity. Okay, 100. And in advance, so here you can manage like if you have a virtual type of product, so you may not have a you don't have to manage stock, so you can select no. If you have a physical product and you want to manage the stocks, so you can select yes. Okay, so here it is quantity. Okay, then here it is out of stock threshold, means suppose you want to set like for example currently it is 100 and you want to set this product as a out of stock when the quantity will reach to 5. Okay, so you can select here and you can set as a 5. So when this product will reach to 5 or less, so this product will goes to out of stock. Okay, you can manage this out of stock threshold for all the products as a common from the configuration as well. Minimum quantity allowed in shopping cart. So you want customers to purchase this product in a minimum quantity. Okay, suppose for example, instead of 1, you want to set as a 5. So if customers will buy these products, so he needs to add this product. He has to buy 5 quantity of this product, not less than that. Okay, so it will not allow customers to buy less than 5 quantity. Okay, maximum quantity allowed in shopping cart. Okay, so customers, same as minimum quantity, there is a maximum quantity also. Suppose you want to sell particular product, only a maximum number of quantity to the customer. Suppose for example, you don't want customers to purchase this product more than 2. Okay, so you can set as a 2. So customer will not able to add more than 2 quantity for this product. Okay, quantity decimals. So if you have a fresh items, like means fruits types or vegetables types of items, so you may have decimals types of like 500, 0.5 kg or 1.5 kg. Okay, or you have a products which can have a decimal types of quantity, not only integer. Okay, so you can select as a yes. Okay, so let me show you how it works. Okay, so first let's set by no. Now here you can see I can add 1. Okay, but if I will try to add 1.5, it will not able to add it. Okay, now I will set is yes. Okay, but here you have to set as a no. Okay, so I have set 1 yes. So now let's see. See, 2.5 product is added. So if you have a like the product which needs the decimal types of quantity, so you need to set it as a yes. Okay, then this is for multiple boxes for shipping, so we will come for this later in our next phase. Okay, currently I am showing you which is the most important required for you. Okay, then back orders. Suppose you don't have the stocks, but it is like you are pre-launching, or you pre-launching the products, or the stock is not there but it is coming, so you still want to take the order, accept the orders for the product. Okay, so you can use this. For example, let me set as a 0. Okay, and allowed quantity for 0. Okay, so you can say still you can add product to the cart, and here there is no error message. Now if you want to, if you will disable the back orders, so let's see what happens. See, you can see the requested quantity is not available, the product is out of stock, and here also you can see the product goes to out of stock. Okay, notify for quantity below. So this is for the like if any products will goes below the defined quantity, so admin will be notified that this product is going down. Okay. Then enable quantity increment. So if you want to increment the quantity based with a certain numbers, okay, so you can enable it. So let's enable and make it no and 2. Okay. So let me stop it. Okay, so here you can see that you can buy this product only in quantities of 2 at a time. Okay, so you have to select yes 2. Okay, and now if you will set as a 3, it will give you can buy this product only in quantities of 2 at a time. So you have to increment by 2 only. Okay, so this is done. So this is stock status. So suppose, for example, you have a quantity here, but you want to mark it as out of stock for this product without changing the quantity. So you can directly make it out of stock from here. Weight, if you have a physical product, so obviously you will have weight for that product. So you can mention here because it also uses for shipping calculation. Okay, because your shipping calculate is based on the weight. Okay, for some, like if you are using UPS or if you are using FedEx, so they will calculate, they have a features to calculate based uh, calculate the shipping based on the products and weight and destination. Visibility. So we have 4 types of visibility. First is not visible individually, catalog, search, and catalog search. Okay. So not visible individually if you are creating products, okay, but you will use it for like configurable product or group product or bundle product. So if this type of product you will assign as a not visible individually, because this product you will assign to group product or bundle product or configurable product. Okay, and you will not display this product as a separate on the website. Catalog. So if you want to display the products only category page but not in the search, okay, so you can select as a catalog. If you want to create a product which can be searched but not, you don't want to list in the catalog category page, so you can use it as a search. Catalog search. So this is the most common visibility. So if you want to display in the category page and search both, so you can use it. Categories, from here you can assign the categories. Okay, multiple categories you can assign. If you want to create a new category, you can directly create from here. Okay. Set product as new from. So if you want to display new products on the home page, okay, or you are creating a new products separate page, okay, and you want to assign this product as a new for a particular time frame, so you can select the date and to, so this product will be considered as a new product. Then you can use this attribute for select the manufacturer country, means if any product you want to mention the products manufacturer country, so you can mention it from here, like if some products is coming from the Japan or if some products is coming from the Spain, so you can select the required country. Okay, these all are attributes, and you can create attributes, new attributes from here. You can see attributes, and here you can see products. So from here you can manage and create attributes. Okay, I will create a separate video for all this, because this will be also a long process, so we will create one separate video for this. Okay, for now I will just explain you that these are attributes which is required for the particular products. For example, I told you that for t-shirt you can have a color, you can have a size. Okay, so these colors and size both are attributes. Okay, so you can see here color. Okay, so in color we have multiple options as well. This is the content. From here you can manage description, short description. Here you can use rich text editor, so you can add image, or you can select as a center. Okay, everything you can do it from here. If you want to add the content in a HTML format, you can select here, and you can enter your data in a HTML format. Okay, then you can manage the short description. Okay, this configuration we will cover for the configurable product reviews. If you have reviews for the product, so you can manage it from here. From here you can manage the images and video. So from here you can upload new images for the product, and from here you can add video. You can add YouTube, or you can add Vimeo URL. Okay, and mention the particular data. Then from here, search engine optimization, you can change your product URL. You can add meta title, keyword, description. From here, you can manage the related products, upsell products, and cross-sell products. So you can select from here. Let me add related products. So suppose, for example, currently which product is displaying. Suppose these products are displaying this, so I will select this as a related products. So you can see here. See, related products. So if you want to give the customers options to select the related products, so you can add it. Okay. And this is your upsells products, so you can also manage it from here in same way, same as related products. Okay, you can manage the position as well from here. Okay, you can remove. Okay, same as cross-sell products. So in cross-sell products, same thing, but this cross-sell product will display in the cart page. Okay. Then these are customizable options. If you want to, like as I told you that for a particular simple product as well, you can add custom options. You can give the options for selecting the color. You can give the options for selecting the size. So you can give options from here. Okay. Suppose, for example, let me add color. I can select the options type. Either you can create as a field, or you can create as a text area. You can select as a drop down. So I will select drop down. So I need to add the options. So black. You can define the price for each options. So you can add 10. Okay. You can define different SKU for the each option as well. Let me add blue 20. Okay, so I will save it, and I have set as a required, so customer has to select this option. So here you can see options. Okay, black and blue. If I will select black, then it will add $10 more in my pricing. Okay, if I will select blue, it will add 40. So this was the customizable options. You can use different types of options. Suppose if you want to take inputs from the customers, so you can select field, you can take field or area. Okay. Now, if you have a multiple websites, okay, so if you want to assign a particular product to a particular website, so you can manage it from here. Okay, we will explain this in detail when we will manage multiple websites. Okay, when we will create a multiple website, so I will show you this again, how you can manage products based on the websites. Then here you can see sellable quantity. It is calculated dynamically. So from Magento 2.3.3, now Magento has MSI features, multi-source inventory. Okay, so you can use it. Let me show you how it works. So for example, my main quantity is 100. So my sellable quantity is also 100. Now I place the order. So you can see here to quantity. Now I will enter my email address. Place the order. Okay, so my order has been placed, and now if you will refresh, okay. So here you can see still 100. I have placed quantity to quantity, but still it is 100. Okay, so why it is 100? See here you can see sellable quantity 98. Okay, so quantity is deducted from here but not from here. So when it will deduct from here? Okay, so you have a question, right? So I will explain you why it is so. See, now from Magento 2.3, like when any customers place the order, so Magento reserves its quantity. It is not deducting it's from main quantity. It is just reserving the quantity. Okay, that's why it is calculating dynamically. So it deducted from the reserved quantity and it's showing sellable quantity. So now if customers will place the order from the front end, he can buy maximum 98 quantity, not 100. Okay, because my sellable quantity is 98, not 100. Okay, so now I comes to sales order. Okay, I will process the order. First I will create the invoice, then I will ship the order. Okay. So now if you will refresh, see now you can see here 98. Okay, so once the order will be shipped, okay, so then it will deduct the quantity from the main quantity. Okay, so hope you understand this. I will explain why these features, why we are not managing the deducting quantity directly from the main quantity. So we will explain you in detail, more detail, when we will cover MSI features, multi-source inventory features, because it is also a lengthy features. So I don't want to make this video so long. Okay, so for now I want to just tell you that in Magento 2.3, Magento has a reserved type of features. So multi-source inventory for managing the multi warehouse. Okay, so it is coming. It is reserving the product, reserve the quantity for that order till this order will be shipped. Okay, so if you will check here, it is also 98 here. Okay. So hope you understand the inventory feature. Stock status I already showed you. Okay, sorry, we were here. Okay, so now comes to design. So from here you can manage the different layout and design for the particular product. If you want to change the theme for a particular product, so you can manage it from here. If you want to change the layout for a particular product, you can change it from here. So here you can see it is 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. Okay, it is same as category. When if you will check my previous video, I explained these features for the category. So same is applied to here, like it works same as a category. So we'll move to schedule design updates. So it is like if you want to apply a design for a particular time frame, so you can manage it from here. Okay. Gift options. So gift options, like if you are gifting this product and want to send any message with that product, so you can give them. So you can here check in the cart page, you can check here gift messages options is there. So you can add add the message to the product. Okay, so when this product will be delivered to the customers, it will be also deliver this message to the customers. Okay. So this is your simple product. Okay, so I hope you understand this. So I am not covering other types of product in this same video. You can check my next video for configurable product, because if I will cover in same video, it will be more lengthy. So I don't want to make this video more lengthy and don't want to make you bored. So I am finishing this video here, and you can check my next video for different types of products as well. So thank you, keep watching.